Good morning, children. In the last class, we learned about the nutrient, what is a nutrient and the different types of nutrients, right? And also we learned about the importance of water. In today's class, we will begin with an activity, okay? So, let's all take page number 20 and let's see. Here an activity is about to make ORS. What is the full form of ORS? It's oral rehydration solution, okay? In short, we call it as ORS. Do you know, children, why we use ORS? We consume ORS when we are suffering from dehydration. Do you know what is meant by dehydration? Vomiting or loose motion that results in loss of water from the body, which can lead to dehydration, okay? So, let's see, can we prevent this dehydration? Yes, we can, but let's see how. We can prevent the dehydration by consuming ORS, as I have already told you, oral rehydration solution. When we have that, we can cure this dehydration issue, okay? So, we have to have at short intervals. When we are suffering from dehydration, we should have this solution at short intervals to overcome. Now, let's see the steps of making ORS. Okay, children, let's see how we can make ORS at home itself. If you come across anyone, maybe your family members or maybe your neighbor house, if somebody is suffering from dehydration, the best thing what you can suggest to them is to make ORS. So, let us learn how to make ORS at home itself so that each one of us can make it and see it. So, whenever anyone, even we ourselves suffering from dehydration, can make this solution at home itself and we can have it instead of visiting a doctor. So, let's see what are the steps to make ORS, oral rehydration solution. How do we make it? Let's see. The first thing what we need to do is we have to take a liter of boiled water and you have to cool it. Okay. The next what you need to do is you have to add half a teaspoon of salt in it and 6 teaspoons of sugar in it. Okay. So, once you have added these two, next you can also add few drops of lemon juice in it and you have to stir well, okay, mix well and then give it to the person who is suffering from dehydration. Even if you are suffering, you can have this solution. So, which is very simple, right? So, this will be an activity for you children for the day today. What you need to do is you have to make this ORS solution at home. And when you are making it, you have to capture a video of it. You have to explain in your own words. You make the solution, what and all you need to add, you say it, you capture a video of it and do send it to us. Do upload that video in the Microsoft team so that I can see it and accordingly I can give marks to you. So, this is your first activity for the day. Now, today let's begin with a new topic, that's malnutrition. Let's see what is malnutrition. A person whose diet does not provide the required nutrients for over a long period of time. You know, for example, I can say the people, you must have seen the poor people living in slum areas, you must have seen their diet does not contains the required amount of nutrients which is required by our body to grow well and to be strong. Because being poor, they are not able to afford all the food items which is required by our body. Like they are not so familiar with which food, if they have it, which contains the vitamins, minerals as well as proteins rich. All due to expense, if they are not able to afford it, they are not able to buy those vegetables or fruits and have it and include in their daily diets. So, that causes what? Over a long time, in the sense it is not a week time or days time or we say a month's time, it been years. If they are following that not a regular diet, then definitely they will suffer from malnutrition. You can see here on the picture, on the screen, this picture, you can see the picture of a boy. He is suffering from malnutrition. You can see his body, how it looks like. If the right amount of nutrients are not reaching to your body, then you will suffer from such a disease, that's malnutrition. That's a deficiency actually, like you don't get the correct amount of nutrients, all nutrients I am talking about, not one or two, all nutrients which should be, which your body should receive it in the right amount. Now, let's see the symptoms in children. Can understand if a children is suffering from malnutrition, what are the symptoms for it, like how we can understand he is suffering or she is suffering from malnutrition. That is like whose daily diet contains less carbohydrates and proteins do not grow well. These children, their daily diets does not contain the needed required amount of carbohydrates and proteins, and they do not grow well. Even they do not gain weight. They will be looking thin. Now let's see, their arms and legs will be very thin and weak. If you see them, those children, those who are suffering from malnutrition, their arms and legs will be very thin, and it will also, the skin will also become what? Dry and flaky. And even all the time they cry with hunger. All the time they will be crying because they are feeling hungry, because sufficient nutrients are not reaching to their body. That's the reason they cry with hunger. And they are not active all the time, and they have sunken eyes. If you see these children, or even the adults, those who are suffering from malnutrition, the same symptoms comes. They often fall sick. They are not active, or they are not healthy. So children, we will have a question, can it be cured, this type of deficiency? It can be cured very easily, but regularly we need to eat balanced diet. So when we take balanced diet on a regular basis, follow this throughout our life, then we will not suffer this malnutrition. So likewise, okay. Let's see the next topic, that's disease. So what do you mean by disease? A disease is a condition in which certain functions of the body get disturbed. The person feels unwell. Right? When we have some diseases, we are not healthy, or we don't feel energetic, we feel tired, we feel like sleeping, or we don't feel like eating, like that. So you have all those symptoms. So that is a disease. And how diseases are caused? How we get diseases? Diseases are caused by microorganisms. So there are many kinds of microorganisms such as viruses, bacteria, protozoa and fungi. Like that, disease causing microorganisms are also known as germs or pathogens. Okay, the disease causing microorganisms are also known as, we say due to germs we have got infected with this, that, right? The same way we can call it as germs or pathogens. Now, do you know where do germs live? We all know germs live everywhere, right? They are in the air, they are in the unclean water, and they are in the stale food. Stale food here means what? The food which is not fresh, it's kept for 2 days maybe in the fridge, which is not fresh. It also contains some bacteria, and in the dirt around us. They also live in the plants as well as in the body of animals, and as well as within us they live. Do you know our mouth also has some bacteria, right? If we don't take care of our mouth, like brushing it properly and rinsing it after having food, the bacteria will remain, and it will cause what? It will cause damage to the tooth, which is cavity, which makes a hole in the tooth, which is called as cavity. So we suffer from the pain due to the cavity. So we need to take care of us. We have to keep ourselves clean every day, taking shower daily, morning and evening, and brushing our teeth, cleaning our mouths. So likewise, we can make us germ free, right? Now, there is a fact, children, which you should be knowing, and you should know that some microorganisms are useful to us. You know how some microorganisms, we have some helps us to make cheese, pickle and curd are made with the useful microorganisms. You know, bacteria like lactobacilli helps us to make cheese and curd. We all know that curd and cheese, all we make, we preserve it for a few days or maybe months, and then we take it, like. So these bacteria help to make cheese and curds. So I hope you got this and you understood, and you can go through the reader as well once again, and you can understand. And the next class will continue with the remaining topics. So till then, bye.